Hello and welcome once again to the Inside Grace podcast. Reverend Dr. Marvin Wamble here. I'm certainly glad that you are with us and that you are enjoying this. And so normally we start talking about grace, and we'll do that one more time. In 2 Peter 1, it says, "Grace and peace be yours in abundance through knowledge of God and Jesus our Lord. His divine power has given us everything we need for a godly life through our knowledge of Him who called us by His glory and goodness." So grace, this spontaneous, unmerited gift of divine favor and salvation for sinners, and a divine influence operating in individuals for regeneration and sanctification. Grace is God's power that He gives us. And it's a gift, and it's an awesome gift. It is through the grace of God that we are able to make changes in our lives and do great things in our life. Grace gives us new life. It is certainly my prayer that our church, Grace United Methodist Church, will help all of those who need a new life, that we can begin to live the life that God created us to live, and we can do those things that God has created us to do. So right now, let's go inside Grace.
So how do you feel about the number of people coming to church on Sunday mornings?
Well, of course, I wish that more people would come to church on Sunday morning for worship, and I wish that the people were a part of Grace's stream team. I wish there was more. But attendance is about what is expected in the post-pandemic era. And it's really not post-pandemic. What we are finding out right now is we are learning to live with COVID. And as we press forward and do things, we are hoping that more people will come to church. But statistics have shown that only 50% of the people that used to come to church will come back to church. And so it is our prayer that that number will increase, or that we will bring new people in that weren't a part of our church but have found and are searching for something that they can find in Grace when they come. For me, I'm hoping that September will be back to church month, that people are settling down, they're back from vacation, the kids are at school, and that they will determine that it's time to come back to church. So I believe that the numbers will be improving and increasing, and we look forward to more people joining us and more people being a part of the Grace Stream team.
What types of events will we be doing in the coming months?
Well, I think that we're going to be doing a lot of special events in the months to come, starting in September. On September 11th, we'll have Grandparents' Day, which will be a grand celebration of our grandparents who have done so much for us, those of us who are grandparents, and the grandchildren. We're all going to come together and have a great time. On September 14th, the United Methodist Men are sponsoring Grace at the Park, where we will come together at the Nationals Park in D.C., where the Nationals will be playing the Orioles, and just have a time of fun, fellowship, and getting together and just having a great time. We're also going to be gearing up for our 160th anniversary of the church in November. That's going to be a revival that's going to take place. It's not going to be a large celebration. I know usually Grace does a large celebration when we have these kind of events, but we're going to make sure that we do acknowledge and understand the great legacy of Grace over the last 160 years. And we're also planning to take a trip to Sight and Sound to see David. David will be there until the end of the year, so we're really planning that. And of course, we're getting ready for the Advent season, which will include Christmas and Thanksgiving and everything we're going to do. So we have a lot of things going on. We need a lot of people to be a part of what we're going to do, and so we will be reaching out to people to help us as we plan all the major events. But there's something special that I want to talk about. For the past 10 years, I have been looking into taking a trip called the Footsteps of Paul. This is a 10-day journey to Greece and the surrounding islands in the Mediterranean Sea, to places where Paul did his ministry, places like Corinth and Paphos, Ephesus, and Athens. And we'd like to open up this trip to members of the church. We want to know if you want to go. And so we're going to have a sign-in sheet just for those who are interested and want to get more information on the Footsteps of Paul. It should be an absolutely awesome trip. And we want to know if you're willing to go, ready to go. So if you please sign up. There'll be sign-up sheets on Sunday just to let us know. We'll be getting you more information on that. But we will continue to do things, working together. And always, as I've always said, the things that we do are not just for Grace. It is for people to bring their friends and bring their neighbors, bring their acquaintances to come and be a part of the Grace family. So it's not just for us, it's for everybody to be a part of where Grace is moving forward.
How will the ministries of the church be organized moving forward?
We will be going back to what is called the NOW structure with a slight twist. The acronym for NOW is Nurturing, Outreach, and Witness. With the evolution of technology and online ministries, I've added another W to it, so it's NOWW now. The last W is worship, which we've already started to do. Nurturing involves the internal needs of the congregation, like Christian education, children's ministry, youth, young adult ministries, the Manfield Scholarships, just to name a few. I'm glad that we're going to have First Lady Anita Wamble, who will be the convener over those ministries, and she will work with the leaders of those ministries to move forward. Outreach deals with ministries beyond the four walls of the church. These ministries include Grace Grows, Health and Welfare, Religion and Race, Disaster Response, and Hospitality. It's about reaching out to those who aren't a part of our church. A witness provides the opportunity for people to share their faith in word and in deed. The primary ministry here is evangelism, along with visitations, congregational care, and I'll be looking to Minister Laverne West to lead that ministry area. We are also in the embryonic stages when we talk about worship, of shaping this ministry, but it deals with the activities of the Sunday morning worship service, but it also includes the work with our awesome multimedia ministry. At this time, worship will be handling our social media presence on our website, Facebook, and YouTube, and Minister Damale Goins is already working with this, doing a great job, and there's more high tech and communications things to come. So that's going to be what the ministries are going to look like, and we will be having conveners over those, and then each individual ministry will have its own chairperson to move it and do great things. So the Now Ministry is where we're going to start, and we're going to see where the Lord is leading us. Well, that's it for now. That's all we've got. It's going to be a short one today, but to God be the glory for the great things he has done. Now, the questions are starting to slow down, so I'm going to assume, if I'm not getting any questions from the community or from the church congregation, that I've answered every single question that everybody has, and to God be the glory. But if you do have a question, please ask the ushers. They have the cards, ask the pastor cards. They'll give you one and you fill it out, and I will do all that I can to answer all the questions that I can. As always, I thank my producer, Imari Conway, for helping me out, the multimedia ministry for making this thing work, and to God be the glory for the great things. Have an awesome week, and we will talk to you soon inside Grace.